Life surrounds us. Everywhere you look, you can see traces of it. In the park we see ducks, dogs, and a very peculiar species, humans. But also all the trees, the grass, and the millions of bacteria that we can't see. Even this fungi, which looks like a camembert cheese smashed against a tree, belongs to the thing we call life. But what are we all made of? Carl Sagan once said, "We are made of star stuff." And in fact, he's right. The basic building blocks, atoms, were made long ago in the center of a star. Atoms consist out of protons and neutrons, which a very long time ago combined to form hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen has 1 proton, helium has 2 protons and 2 neutrons. These 2 elements are found in stars. The helium formed is also called an alpha particle, and the collision of alpha particles with other atoms to form heavier elements is called an alpha process. First, 2 helium atoms collide and beryllium is formed, which has 4 protons and 4 neutrons. Beryllium is very unstable, but the beryllium particles which do live long enough will collide again with an alpha particle to create carbon, which has 6 protons and 6 neutrons. This carbon atom collides with another alpha particle, and the result of this is oxygen with 8 protons and 8 neutrons. Even heavier elements are being formed through alpha processes, and after billions of years, the star has many layers, each with different elements from hydrogen to zinc. The structure is comparable to this onion, which has many layers as well. At the end of its lifetime, the star explodes and all the layers are scattered into the universe. They cluster together and form planets. Thus, our planet already contained the basic elements necessary for life. How life eventually actually formed still remains a mystery, but multiple theories are there. It must all have started with prebiotic chemistry, when the basic elements together formed biomolecules, such as amino acids. Until now, there hasn't been a successful experiment which succeeded in creating biomolecules and is actually plausible in the prebiotic world. Furthermore, we don't know enough about the conditions on Earth when these building blocks were formed, but the general view is that these building blocks must have combined to form RNA. RNA is still extremely important to life now. In current life, RNA provides the information for the synthesis of proteins. Proteins are the key to the functioning of cells and therefore life. Proteomics is the study of the structure and functioning of proteins. The primary structure of the proteins, which forms the essential basis for the entire structure, is the sequence of the amino acids. The information for the sequence is stored on DNA. When DNA is transcribed to RNA, the RNA contains this information as well. An RNA strand travels through the cell to an organelle called a ribosome. The ribosome recognizes the parts of information on RNA and connects these to an amino acid which floats around in the cell. It connects the amino acids in the same order as the information on the RNA strand. The result of all the amino acids connected together is the protein. This will then do its job in the cell. Proteins are the so-called working horses of organisms. So we have seen that since alpha processes occurred, heavier elements were formed. These atoms were combined through prebiotic chemistry in order to form molecules, such as amino acids. With these newly synthesized molecules, larger molecules such as proteins were created, giving rise to the study called proteomics. Without all these events, this ladybug would never fly, this runner would never run, and you would have never seen this video.